Hi, it's time for story time with Skoggit. Today's story is entitled, "But Officer, I'm Not From Around Here." And go ahead and tell the story, but before I do, like I do on every time I tell one of these stories, I crack myself a ice cold Lone Star and pour it in a glass, then we'll do the story. Nothing like a ice cold Lone Star and a good story. This story happened back in, as I recollect, about 1996. Myself, Mrs. Skoggit, and our four kids, I was taking them on vacation to Arlington, Texas to go to Six Flags. And we were driving down I-20, which you go down I-20 to get to Six Flags. And you go through Fort Worth and Dallas, and then you get to the Six Flags over Texas, Arlington. I was driving along and came into Tarrant County. Okay, when I come into Tarrant County, I'm driving along, and I go under an underpass, and I notice that there's like 5 motorcycle police at the bottom on the side. So I'm driving, I've set my cruise at 65 miles per hour, and I'm driving along because I know I'm not speeding. You know, that's the speed limit, 65, that's what I drive. I got my kids with me. And I'm driving along and set it for 65 miles an hour. And I drive by and go under underpass. These motorcycle cops are under, and I wave at them, give them a wave, and I go on. Well, I'm driving along, and I see a motorcycle cop behind me. Look through my mirror, and I tell Mrs. Skoggit, I told her, I said, there's a motorcycle cop behind me. I guess he caught someone speeding. And he comes, you know, right behind me, then he pulls to the side, and he slows a little bit down, and I'm looking, and he's beside me. And I look over to the side and see him, and he's going like this. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not speeding. Wonder what's up. So I go ahead and pull to the side, and he pulls behind me, gets off his motorcycle, walks over, and I said, yes, officer, can I help you? And he says, I need to see your license and registration, please. So I told him, I said, why, sure. And, you know, I gave it to him. And he asked me, he looked at me, he said, do you know the reason why I have stopped you? And I said, no, sir, I don't. I said, I don't think I was speeding because I had my cruise control set to 65 miles per hour. And he says, that's the reason why I stopped you, is because you were speeding. You're 10 miles over the speed limit. And I told him, I said, that can't be, because I saw the speed limit sign at 65 miles an hour, and I said, that's what I had my cruise set. I'm telling you, I had the cruise set, so I'm, you know, that's what I had it set at. He said, as you enter into Tarrant County, he said the speed limit drops down to 55 miles per hour. And I told him, I said, I never saw the speed limit sign of 55 miles per hour. But then again, I had my kids with me, and they're arguing, and you know how it is, and I'm like talking to them. Possibility, there was 55 miles per hour, and I didn't see it to adjust my speed. But I told them, I said, I didn't see the speed limit sign, and I said, I'm not lying to you. You know, I told you that I did have it set at 65. So he said, okay, I'll be with you in a minute. And he walks back to the car, and he's sitting there, and he's writing this up and everything. And Presume he ran a check on me, which he did, and he has my license and registration and my insurance. And he comes back, and he told me, he says, I'm writing you a ticket for 10 miles over. And I looked at him, and I'll say, is there any way you can write me a warning ticket? Because, officer, I'm not from around here. He told me that no, he wasn't going to do that, that I should be paying more attention, and that I need to sign on the bottom line. It's not committing to any type of guilt, but it's just saying that I will conform with the regulations of appearing in court or going before the judge or whatever have you in the state, in the county of Tarrant. And I'm like, okay, so I went ahead and signed it, and he tore me a copy off, gave me back my license, registration, and insurance, and told me have a good day. And I told him, I said, well, you know, I'm on vacation with my children and everything, and he told me, he said, well, that's why you need to be more careful and watch your speed. Have a good day. And I told him, I said, goodbye, thank you. So he goes back, gets on his motorcycle, and he rides off. I take off, and Mrs. Skoggit looks at me and says, well, I guess you need to be more attentive to your driving. Yet she's not driving, she's in the passenger seat. So I don't know, I'm tending to the kids' problems and stuff. And you know, if you ever have kids and you go out of town, they've been in a back seat of a car for a while, it's not going to be pretty. But that's what this is about, and it's no hard feelings on the police department of Tarrant County or Fort Worth. They were doing their job. I understand that. Me myself, I would have gave the person a break. That's just me, but I don't know the circumstance. Maybe they haven't made. I don't know. I'm not going to go in detail with it. I just ended up paying the ticket because I'm not going to travel all the way to Tarrant County to contest it, which I've already told the officer that I was doing 65, and I was doing 65 in the 55 mile per hour speed limit, so I'm guilty of that. I'm not going to try to get out of it. And so I went ahead and paid the ticket. Can't remember how much it was, but it was on up there. And this is just a story I want to share with you. A little bit of fond memories. And we went on to Six Flags, by the way, and had ourselves a good time. And the kids had a good time, and that's all what matters. This is Skoggit. Appreciate all you viewers and subscribers out there. And y'all take care.